Oh my God. Oh my God.
I like having fun. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh. I like having fun. Yes, I like to laugh. I like having fun. To meet people.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tim Heidecker here, joining you on Thursday, November 14th, 10 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. It is a little brisk out there, but quite sunny. It's going to be a warm day. We just know it will be. I'm happy to be back again here on Thursday. We are a couple weeks away from Turkey Day, and then we're into the holidays, so we're all happy about that. I do have a zit in the middle, in the inside of my nose, guys. You ever get one of those?
I have one right now too.
You do not.
I swear to God, I do.
It hurts.
I
Does
can
it
show
hurt?
you. Yeah, fucking
I
hurts
gotta
like hell.
get it out.
It keeps
Don't
coming back.
You gotta like pinch on this like weird.
I know.
angle
I've been
that
doing it
would
all
come in.
morning, all night. I wake up. It really woke me up last
And
night.
I thought it was
or
like
the
my
night
nose
before.
hairs or some shit. I've been plucking all my fucking nose hairs out.
It
and I
must
think
be
makes
a
it
venereal
worse.
disease.
It is. It is.
I had you had your nose up my ass just a couple nights ago, but we got a lot going on the show today. We've got we're going to be acknowledging I keep saying 30th, but it's truly the 20th anniversary of my first television show, and we'll do a full count. Let me just say, because I got a late-breaking message here.
Was that the first time you were on TV, Tim?
It's a maybe.
What's this? Oh, I see.
Yeah, I just replied. Matt, take over if there's any more information I need to provide. First time I was on TV.
Yeah, what was the first time you saw yourself on TV?
Well, I do have to think about the time when I was just a boy, when I appeared in a commercial for my family's Ford dealership, kicking the tires.
That's cool.
Family affair. So technically, no.
Okay.
Anyway, what else we got? So we're going to acknowledge that.
Do we have that commercial? Can we find that?
I had it on some. I did grab it
I
at
feel
some
like your
point.
mom sent it like years ago.
My mom would not have sent it. Speaking of my mom, I got some info on her.
Go home to
Got some
mommy.
dirt.
Yeah, she texted me all excited. Well, let me just
Yeah, we're getting ahead of everything here.
let me say what we have planned for today. We've got Grammy-nominated Madi Diaz coming in to play a tune and talk. Madi's a tremendous talent and someone I've become friendly with. We have some stories to tell about. We were both at Americana Fest in Nashville just a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month now. Doug's got a game planned for us, but I feel it's a rude thing for me to do to even bring up his name without introducing him. So let me introduce the great DJ Douggpound, one of the pioneers of comedy.
Good morning.
Little Middle Eastern tones in there. And then, of course, you don't get this fellow without DJ. Sort of the, what do you call that? The protege.
I don't know.
The copy.
I don't
the
know.
copycat.
I think there's a lineage there, and I think since we are going to be talking about the past and legacies and anniversaries, we do acknowledge that there is great, and Vic is the first to admit it.
And I just like to look forward. That's what I like to do.
Right, but you must acknowledge your influences.
Of course.
And it couldn't be clearer than it's coming from DJ Douggpound.
Of course. And I'll do one
Doug
of
is
these.
so resentful.
I know. What's sip, everybody?
Okay. Should I keep going down this stupid tangent?
keep going.
It's not fun. And it's totally fictitious.
It's not fun.
The sour grapes that
here to
Doug
have fun.
has towards Vic. People talk about me and Vic
I
always
know.
coming close to blows, but the truth is, off camera,
Well,
The resentment
I guess
and
he's
sour
I don't think
grapes.
you know what
He
sour
gives me
grapes
looks.
means.
Yeah. People like sour grapes sometimes. They make good wine.
they make great wine.
Check with Eric if he's around.
The best wine comes from sour grapes.
Bye-bye.
And the always unpleasant and unhappy Captain Carlin is here.
Fuck you very much.
No, my mom, I'll get this out of the way. My mom very excitedly told us that she's going to see Kelly and Mark. this morning with my friend.
Is that Regis, the old Regis
Rip-
show?
Rip-
What is that? Yeah.
I didn't realize. I had to look. I had to clarify some more from her. It's Kelly Ripa, and I guess her husband. Who they have a talk show.
That's really funny.
9 a.m. on every morning. So my mom's out near Palm Springs, so they were live from Palm Springs on this golf course, and she had a great time.
The husband's a hunk.
But it was funny. We all happened to be home. I think the kids. It was a Veterans Day, so the kids were off, and my mom wrote and said, "We're on this." They taped it the day before, and they said, "We're on live, and you might see us." So we turned it on to see if we could see my mom in the big, huge audience. I should send you the clip, Matt. I forgot to send it to you. But my daughter, Millie and Charlie, they're kind of watching it, and they couldn't believe that this was a TV show. It was so boring. They had some actress from Abbott Elementary on talking about the show, and they're like, "What the hell is this? Who are these people? Why does anyone give a shit?" It was weird to see have you ever watched those shows lately? It's really like an alternate universe going on there.
She better not have.
Anyway,
Clank.
I also want to mention I mentioned this abduction that happened over the last week.
Oh,
Possibly from a extraterrestrial source or interdimensional. I've been doing some research, and it appears could be interdimensional. Doesn't have to be from a different planet. Could be a different dimension. We don't know. Don't have the data on that. But so I was abducted pretty clearly. I think talking to some experts, it seems like I was physically removed from my residence, taken to some kind of unit.
any side effects?
Well, can I tell the story or not?
I'm teeing you up.
Now you're getting to see behind the curtain how the sausage is made. No. Well, the truth is I had this weekend I had these terrible stomach pains. That was what they were playing. Spaceship, I think. But look what happened. This came out of my body this weekend. I don't know if I can exactly get into the
me see that.
details. I don't want to tell. I don't want to gross anybody out. I don't want to say what part of my body this came out of. But this is a very strict, and it smells really bad. Did you smell this? Did I make you smell
I
this
don't know
yet?
if I want to smell it, but
I'm going to warn you, it smells really bad.
I don't want to get right under it. Holy shit!
It's like really.
It
Wait,
doesn't-
what do you mean it
it
came out
doesn't
of your body?
smell human-like.
Did the aliens give you that jar of?
No, I got the jar. It came-
Wait, pull it out.
Look at that.
Get it out of there.
It came right out of my. Should I tell you what part of the body it
How
came
did you
out
bottle
of?
that
I
up?
think you're going to be grossed out if I tell you. I'm going to get this back in.
I gotta ask how.
Oh God! It's like smell that.
No.
It.
So when did it come out? And is it?
I told you it came out this weekend.
So how do you know it's alien related?
How do I know it's alien? I don't know. I'm not saying.
You're just saying you were abducted, and then the next thing you know, that came out.
That's correct. That's all I know. I'm just telling you the facts. Whatever this is, I don't think it's from Earth. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. Look at the
Oh my
structure.
god! You must have had to pull that thing out of you, though.
Odd.
Oh.
I don't know what that is. Oh, stinks.
Wash your
You know what?
hands.
And it really smells on my hand like it leaves residue. That's why it smell. You can smell the room, right, Matt?
Not good.
It smells like a dead animal. Let me smell it again. That's awful.
You should stop smelling.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Put the lid on it.
again.
Burn it. No.
Yeah. Throw it out.
Burn it. Light it up and get it out of here.
So this came out, and we should put this under a microscope and see if there's what we could determine what it's made out of.
Alien DNA.
In fact, if anybody wants to do this, Wes, can you zoom in on the bottle here? And then people can maybe analyze it at home.
Did it come out of the same hole that they went in? That happened?
No, because they went in through my nose,
Oh, weird.
which explains the zit. But can you zoom in on that?
Maybe I've been
that
abducted,
camera
too.
cannot.
Oh, it
but
came out
he's-
your
Oh.
nose.
Here, you want to put it in this one? There you go.
That doesn't look like it should have come out of my body, right?
There you go.
All right, so people can go in there and maybe analyze that. I'd love to know what this is. It stinks. It really does stink. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
I'm proud to say I stink. I'm proud to say I smell. I'm proud to say I don't take showers. I'm proud to say
just a
I
human
don't own a
being.
bar.
You have that clip of that Pete
everybody
Hegsworth,
else.
Hegsworth?
The guy that they nominated for Secretary of Defense. He said that he doesn't wash his hands. Did you ever see that?
I heard that clip yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Let's talk to somebody on Zoom, huh? Huh?
Yeah, who's got a topic out there? Any of you Zoom people? No one's raising their hands.
Everyone's stunned about the
Stunned.
substance that came out of my
Brandon
body.
Nicholson, can you speak or are you infirm? Can you speak? Looks like he's on that.
Tim, do you feel better now that came out of your nose?
I feel relieved that it's out of my body. It didn't come out of my nose, Doug.
Looks like he's on an IV. Look at that. You all right, Brandon?
I'm going to make it.
What happened, man? You all right?
I'm fine.
What? What's going on?
No, I'm fine. I'm just chilling.
All right, cool. I've been doing that a lot lately, chilling in bed, watching stuff on my laptop.
Yeah, me too. I do have a broken back, but I'm okay.
What?
Jesus.
How'd you break your back?
I'm one of your local, one of your mailmen guys. I've just been working too much.
You broke your back delivering the mail?
I guess lifting packages from Amazon.
Oh my God! I don't.
Jesus.
Is it truly
Right,
broken?
No, it's just a little
Sore.
fracture on like my L5 process.
Christ. Well, you're just amused as hell, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Boy, you got your router in a pretty prominent place, don't you?
Yeah.
Look at that, Vic. That's a strong Wi-Fi signal. That's aesthetically unpleasing, don't you think?
It is. I know. I know.
Where do you
He's
see
proud
that
of
as you
it.
enter your house? Look at that, man. That is a mess.
I thought it was an IV.
I like
thought he was
that.
in
I
the
don't know. It's
hospital.
just a weird little. It's like an old telephone cupby. I think.
We got to put it where the plugs are, you know? You never
I know. It's
It is
hard.
ugly.
I looked in my living room the other night, and there's just a hornet's nest of plugs and stuff, like fairly prominent. Like we've been there 11 years now, and it looks like a college kid lives in our living room.
That's what I'm trying to fix right now in my downtime. Is just
They
making
really-
my house look like
They
an
really
adult
did such a
lives
good
there.
job when they designed all these things with the routers and everything. They're so
No one thought about like making them look cool.
no,
You know?
or like forget cool, like not look like anything, or just
You know how they have those cell towers now that look like trees?
Yeah.
They could do that with routers in your
Yeah.
house. Make it look like a cat.
And why does everything have to? Why do these?
Like,
Why do these routers have to have
Run it.
like nine different LED lights going at different rates? Like those
And you
lights.
can't tell what the hell they mean.
I have so many
Right.
black, like little pieces of black tape over so many things in my house to cover these lights that don't mean anything.
then you got to reset it, and you got to go find a paper clip.
Oh, yeah.
you
That's
gotta,
the
like-
stupidest thing.
And then they.
Where's my paper clip drawer? And you got to go find that.
And then they like have all these. Who makes the? Here's a question: who makes all those sounds that they make? Like, how did that become normal?
Hans Zimmer.
Like tones.
You need to
and
get
beats.
Eno on it.
Anyways, that's all going to be part of my new hour of stand-up comedy coming to Hulu. It's called "What's with These Aesthetics." Should be an hour on that. I had so much fun the other night. I did a show at Permanent Records. By the way, next Friday, if you're in Los Angeles, there are still tickets, believe it or not, for Jay and Jill's show that I'm directing.
Bullshit!
The full name of that, which we had trouble with last time. Jay and Jill, a millennial-style hipster love comedy. Friday, November 22nd at Elysian Theater.
Guess
in
who
Los
got
Angeles.
cast in that play?
You?
Yep,
What are you playing?
the vacuum cleaner.
Wait, I'm the director. I didn't.
I
wasn't
mean,
even
Jay asked
told.
if I wanted to play the role of the vacuum cleaner.
All right.
That's the funniest part too.
Well, I'm excited to find this out.
Can't wait for you to direct me.
It's going to be tough. No, I did this show at Permanent Records with Whitmer Thomas and the great, I should say the great Whitmer Thomas and the great
Nice guy.
Carmen Christopher. Fucking funny guy, right?
Really, really funny. Nice,
And
nice fellas.
I said they asked me to do the show. It's a comedy show, but I said, well, I'm doing music right now. So Ellie came in. I said we'll do a couple songs together, and then who shows up but Vic Berger?
Exactly.
And then Vic came up and joined us unannounced and also unrehearsed. Sat at the piano and played a couple of the new songs.
I heard you calling from where I was in the toilet room.
You were in the
though.
loo.
Yeah.
But then, so we played a few songs, 3 or 4 songs, and then Whit and Carmen came up to kind of close the show. But I said, no, we're not done yet. Let's do a little improv. Did you stay for that, Vic?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
fun, right?
yeah.
We just did like a goof. We kind of did a goof on improv, but also improv. You know, like taking suggestions, but getting really mad about the suggestions.
Derailing it.
I was up there, I don't know, we were up there 10, 15 minutes, and it was a joy. Felt good to just be silly.
I did a 2 cruise show, big show, the week before that. No one came. None of
That's
you guys
nuts.
came.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't make it.
I will be at the next one.
But was it empty? There was nobody there to see it?
No, I'm just saying.
We weren't.
There was
We
no
weren't.
Tim. There was
Right.
no
Matt
Vic, there
didn't
was no
make it.
Matt.
But was it well attended?
I was well attended. Yeah, it was a great
packed.
success.
It was so.
One of
I
the
mean,
funniest shows I've ever been there.
I couldn't even get in the other night, Tim. You had to let me in. It was sold out.
I didn't know you were coming.
I know.
But
I was ready to pay.
I want to be frank and honest about something. And maybe we can make it a game. And Doug has a game for the show today that we're going to play later in the second half. So join patreon.com/officehours live to make sure you don't miss a minute. And I want to say this with all due respect. Last week, a member of should I tell this? It's fine. He doesn't give a shit.
What?
Who's this?
I don't know which indignity are you referring to?
Yes.
I went to a show on Saturday night. It's fair business. It's fair play, right?
Sure.
I mean, fair play. Here we go. I was invited to go see a band on Saturday night by the leader of the band, the LCD Soundsystem, who are in Los Angeles playing like 100 shows. Playing 100 shows. Sold out.
This show just can't be about talking about numbers.
Now, I like James. I like him a lot. We did the movie The Comedy together. But I never knew the group because I just had, I was at a different, speaking of Tom Goes to the Mayor, I think when they were Ascendant, I was sitting around a table working with Eric on stuff, and, I wasn't engaged in that kind of music. I didn't know about him. But so anyways, I was kind of ignorant about him. But I had somewhat of an awareness, and then I haven't seen him in a while. He invited me to come see one of the shows, and I said, well, okay, I'll go see. I would be honored. Thank you for thinking of me. It would be nice to get out. I'd take Marilyn, my wife. We'd go out. We get a babysitter. I'll go see the group. I'll have a night out.
My wife!
And maybe I was not in the mood. I mean, this was coming a week after the disastrous presidential election. Man, I'm feeling a little down, who knows? But I went to the Palladium, and I got there a little too early, I think was my problem. All love and respect to opening acts and support acts, but, it was I got there for the full Monty of the full opening act situation.
How long did the opening act play?
A good 45, maybe.
I think opening act should play 30, 20.
And my problem is this is my it's just it's not, none of the music is like my music. It's just not I don't want to be closed-minded, but I also don't know what to do. I have a drink, and then I'm like, well, I don't really want to have more than one drink, and then I'm not going to be dancing. Maybe I should be dancing. Maybe I should be on drugs. I don't know. But it's like the music is meant to be danced to. It's dance music. It's not. There's not you can't really understand the lyrics.
Yeah, you got to dance.
And so I didn't dance. And then
That's your first mistake.
And then the band comes on, and I hadn't really, I knew James, I knew kind of a little bit about him, and I was bopping to the music. I was like, these guys are great. They look great. Music's cool. And then I start thinking, I'm not gonna stay the whole night.
I do like some of their songs.
First of all, I'm standing. There's no real good place, even though I'm in VIP area because I'm on the guest list. There's no real good place to be There's no place to see. There's no seats. And I have this thought process where I go, I'm not going to stay to say hello at the end of this. Right? I'm not going to stay until I'm not going to go back and say hi. Then I go, well, then I could go right now.
Hi there.
And I go, and I looked up, and I'm checking in my wife, who I should say was not feeling well herself. She was kind of coming down with my cold.
The land down under.
What the hell?
And I don't know if anybody feels this way. If you don't feel this way, please just like make room for my feelings here. But I'm 48 years. I'm near 50, and as soon as I get the itch that I could leave with no consequences, bye. I go, do you want to go? Yeah. If you want to go, we can go. I don't think my wife was being like, what do you call it? Matt, what's the word for that? She was not like, it's not that she wanted to stay. We'd have to ask her.
You weren't,
My
She was,
wife.
she was like, I really
Twisting her
don't
arm.
care. Got in the car, drove home, listened to Randy Newman's Bad Love album.
Would you just take the balls out of your wife's
But I don't know. It wasn't that I didn't like him at all. That's not the point. I just was like tired of standing. I went home and my daughter was up watching Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nice.
So I watched little Mrs.
I
Doubtfire.
love it. You take her
Tim,
to
you don't
the
want to
music.
discourage people to go on your big tour.
No,
I know, that's
the
what I was
thing.
saying. Yeah, like, but-
Easy.
This sounds like an anti.
Well,
Yeah.
no, tell you what. Do what I did. Go to the show and leave after 3 songs. I don't care.
Definitely see the opening act though.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
DJ
right. You saw all
Douggpound.
of it, yeah.
Tickets are on
Yeah,
sale
yeah.
for
See
the
the
big
opening
tour
act.
coming January, end of January. You go to tickets at timheidecker.com/live.
But Tim, you're tired after a show,
Slap
and
him
you don't
around,
feel like socializing, right? I mean, do you?
Well, that's the thing. And then I wrote the guy, and I was like, "Sorry, I didn't say hi." After he goes, "Oh no, I was not looking to hang." But anyways, that's my honest. That's. I just want to come out in case there's people out there at the show that saw me leave. Oh boy, he must be in a fight with the wife, with the old lady. They're out of there, left early. But anyways, this is if I mean we have a lot of youngsters listening, and I'm just letting them know that this is what's coming. This is what's coming. But I've always been that way. I feel like.
I had friends that were at the LCD Soundsystem show and they were raving about it, like show of the year.
Right.
But I
Good.
understand not everything is for everybody,
No.
and that's fine. What about LED light system? Do you like those?
I'd rather go. I mean, now if I'm going to Electric Light Orchestra,
Ooh, you're not gonna leave.
I'm not leaving until the very last song is played. Thunderstone, Lebanon. I was wondering if the guys that wrote that song, Dr. Feelgood, who wrote that song?
Motley Crue.
Do we know who in Motley Crue?
Vince Neil.
It's
Anyways,
usually the guitarist they fired. right?
Oh,
Mick
Mick
Mars.
Mars?
Right, Mick
Mick
Mars.
Mars.
I wonder if he came in one day and was
bassist?
like, I got an idea for a song. It would go like, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good riff.
What's the lead singer's name?
Vince Neil.
Vince Neil's like, I could go, sound like a tick with Dr. Feel Good. We could sound like a tick and look. I was like a tick with down, tick, Dr. Feel Good. Something like that. How do you play it? I don't know. I have to work it out.
That's a good riff. It's a monster riff.
I've got a riff. They're not British, are they? What if they're British?
No.
I've got a good
They'd
idea
be
for a
German with
song.
that
I like that riff.
I'm not saying it's a bad riff. It's just like, how do you come up with it?
You
What?
sit there, you drink a little Jack Daniels.
Give me
and
that.
you
Give me
start
them
rocking.
tabs. Give me them tabs. I wish Vic, I wish you were like good at.
I'll fucking play. I'll
Vic can play it. He can play it.
Shit, on the
I asked him to
guitar.
play it earlier. He played it with.
Pretty close.
He's gonna be.
Hey,
my
let's do the city of the
Frankenstein.
day.
It's showtime.
The city of the day.
Ain't much more to say. Let's all play City of the Day. Matt, who's representing the City of the Day today? Oh, wait a minute. We do have a sponsor. I forgot. We have our first actual sponsor. We always do joke sponsors, but this is a real one, folks. This is Side Effects. Are you perfectly healthy but wish you had a reason to take meds? Do you like to get a little tweaked but you don't want to buy some sketchy drugs from a creep? If you answered yes, then Side Effects is just for you. Just take 2 pills whenever you're bored and enjoy dizziness, paranoia, hallucinations, and more. The best part? Side Effects is addictive, just like real drugs, so your judgment will be impaired as you crave more. These easy-to-swallow tablets are made from byproduct scrapings at the Purdue Pharma factory, so there's no waste. Plus, Purdue shareholders get a couple bill just in time for holiday yachting season. It's a win-win for all. Order Side Effects now while it's still legal. Available at the TikTok shop. Now here's a song to accompany this wonderful product.
Dizziness, paranoia, hallucinations, dizziness, dry mouth. Dizziness, paranoia, hallucinations, dizziness, dry mouth.
I just want the side effects.
Dizziness, paranoia, hallucinations, dizziness, dry mouth.
Douggpound is here.
Paranoia, hallucinations,
LCD Soundsystem.
Who I love.
I want the side effects.
The song is 4 minutes long.
All right, that's fine. I don't mind running out the clock.
Who's that singing? Ooh.
All right, let's find out who is representing the City of the Day.
It's the Reverend Kyle Robertson.
Hello, Kyle. Reverend. You're an actual reverend? Oh boy. Are you a pastor?
Yeah. An old parson, but ride my horse from town to town, spreading God's word.
Well, where are you calling from? Give us the deal.
Like John Wesley Harding. A little town called South Lake, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
Out here
like...
in the Lone Star State.
What's your denomination, preacher?
10s and 20s mostly, but
Hey-o.
I'll take a 50 to 100 every once in a while. I'm a proud Methodist, sir.
Methodist. Okay, any Methodists in the
Yeah.
house? Well, you're Lutheran, right, Vic?
Oh yeah, I was raised Lutheran.
Light a candle. Light a candle.
What's the news out of the Methodist denomination these days? What's the latest?
Methodist Weekly. You don't read Methodist Weekly.
All is well, Tim. All is well.
All is well.
Yeah, the latest edition has some things.
How does
say,
it differ?
but we're pretty middle of the road folks, so we stay right there.
How
right
is it?
there in the middle.
Can I ask, how is it better than Catholic or Lutheran, for example? What do you got?
I wouldn't say it's better. It's different. It's like Baskin Robbins.
Huh?
It's like Baskin Robbins.
What's the
Hold on.
method? What is the method referring to? What are you?
That's a good question.
Right?
What's the
Thanks.
etymology of Methodist?
It was a slur used against the founder of Methodism, a man named John Wesley.
Oh, really?
Because he was very methodical in his spiritual practices and worship and the taking of communion and things like that. So it was actually kind of like a dig on him. But
Fascinating.
we ran with it. It was selling T-shirts, so we ran.
So does that because that's your full-time gig?
Full-time, yeah. Full-time gig, yeah.
Wow. Just working one day a week.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, I'm not a preaching pastor or anything.
Oh, really? What do you do?
Pastor. I visit folks who are ill, and I do quite a few funeral and memorial services, and
Wow.
grief support after that. So yeah.
Is it a pretty small town you live in?
No, it's a suburb of like Dallas. It's like
Oh, I
you know,
see.
you've flown to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. It's like a mile from.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm curious, how'd you come upon me or the show, or what's the? You haven't.
It's why we're all gathered here today. Tim,
Yeah.
because it is the
Am I in
20th
trouble?
anniversary. The 20th anniversary of Tom Goes to the Mayor.
That's
So
true.
That is in those sleepless nights as I go through my existential, consternating, and spiritual wrestling. I stayed up very late and started watching Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Wow.
Then Tim and Eric, and then bedtime stories, and so on and so forth. And I want to say I've proudly passed that on to my children as well. They're huge Tim and Eric fans.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
That's tremendous.
No, I'm not driving. I'm parked.
Okay.
And this is just a filter. I'm actually a 20-year-old millennial. This is an ironic filter that I have on.
That's terrific. Well, thank you, Pastor. I wanted to say your music is absolutely helping me get through. I think I posted on Instagram, especially Bells Are Ringing. It's really just like helping me make it through, and I appreciate you, man. Oh, I appreciate
what
that.
you're doing.
I did see that.
Pastor.
I did see that post, and it was funny because if you look at it, it does look like a post from a pastor, and I didn't know if it was a joke or I was like.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. Well, do you have a blessing for us? Can you bless the show with some words of wisdom?
Sure.
Go for it. We got a true blessing here.
Of the Holy Spirit. Go in peace, my friends.
That's it?
Multiply.
Okay,
and
multiply.
prosper.
Amen.
All right. Will do. Thank you, Pastor.
You bet.
All the best.
Now, when he drives away, he's going to be a faster pastor.
That's mean.
Oh, come on.
It is. It's mean.
I didn't mean to hurt him. He can forgive me.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm a Christian.
Oh.
Yes, I forgive you. I forgive you. Bill.
Oh,
that's nice.
Dankeschön.
I like having a pastor in our midst.
I know. Bring him in here.
All right. All the best.
If you ever need someone baptized or anything, just let me know.
All right.
Now he's turning into Russell Brand.
Well, I did. Yeah, I was kind of hoping maybe you'd kind of lean more Russell Brand, and I could be like your spiritual advisor. Yeah.
You know what? I think
we could use a spiritual advisor.
I think yes. I don't believe in all I believe in are aliens abducting me. I don't believe in anything else.
Well, but there's space for that. There is space for that.
I think I will have you on retainer without any kind of financial investment, but sort of a loose retainer to have a spiritual advisor in my back pocket for emergencies.
And I'll be there to bless your show when you come to Dallas in February.
Oh, great idea. Why don't we commit to that now? You're going to come up and start the evening with an invocation.
With an invocation, absolutely. Okay. I would love to.
What's your name again,
that
sir?
would really reach your audience. Kyle.
All right, Pastor Kyle.
Pastor Kyle.
Come out to the Dallas show. All the best.
Will do.
I've tried to sign off on this.
By the way.
All right, thank you.
Top tier call, let me tell you.
I mean, between him and the new uncle
pastors.
we have.
Yeah. Uncles and pastors.
You better have some Jesus on tap then.
Finally get rid of Phil.
Where's Pastor
time.
Phil?
It is time.
Oh, well.
Phil does look like the Pope.
Speaking of the devil.
Speak of the devil there, yeah. What timing?
Amen.
Speaking of one of the co-creators of Adult Swim's first cartoons, we have with us one of the co-creators. I was a creator, and then Eric Wareheim was a creator of the show as well. To a much.
Here he is zooming in. Any second.
Stand by. We're having.
Stand by. Satellite feed.
There he is.
Up.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the set of Porky's 9, Eric Wareheim is live. Eric, how's shooting going on Porky's 9?
Pig fuck.
Porky's is good. It's interesting. It's a new experience doing this kind of comedy, starting with you and doing what we did now to doing this really porked out kind of stuff.
Yeah, Rob Schneider starring, and then
yeah.
But
I've been
go ahead.
I've been in rehearsals with Rob for months. Workshopping ideas and doing a lot of physical stuff too. It's really bizarre.
But you have a pretty small part.
Yeah, I'm not even on camera. It's really just a support for Rob, just going through his lines.
Okay, so you're more of an assistant.
Funny, the people. There's a lot. The crew is amazing, and they all come up to me and talk about, hey, Tim Heidecker was just here. You know, it was. I was like, how was it working with them? And they're like, it was interesting. You know,
because you guys are shooting in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like not as great as you.
Oh.
And you're not.
Well, listen. I thank you for zooming in. It's great to see you.
I also wear a fun hat because I see the crew is all hatted up.
Yeah, everybody's wearing hats now.
I threw a hat on
Hi,
too.
Vic. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Eric.
We are celebrating. Matt, is this the actual? What is the day? Is it that?
It's actually this exact date.
It's
yeah,
this
20
day.
years ago, November 14th.
It was 20 years ago today.
I wish we could be celebrating in Simi Valley where we first did our buffet scouts with Kevin Gallagher.
Right. Yes, the artist who did all the backgrounds for Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Yeah.
Lived out in Simi. Said you guys got to come out here and see what it's like in the valley.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that show, every strip mall is literally drawn from the valley.
Yeah.
So take me back to that, Eric. Take me back to that moment in your life. What did it mean to you? And what did it mean to me?
It meant a lot. I remember we were researching buffets and we had a Sizzler right across the street. I don't know if Doug was there. Maybe it was. It was very early. And we did a lunch at Sizzler, and where we worked in Hollywood was kind of a shithole area.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one man, he took all the food from Sizzler. He had a huge mound of food, and he sat down in a glass of water. And he dumped out half the water and started scraping food into this cup, a big, like 40-ounce cup.
Yeah.
And stirring it. And we were watching in horror, and he just starts drinking that food water. And I was like, this is our show. This is exactly like the nightmares you see every day.
I remember that like it was yesterday. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Do you remember showing the first episode of Tom Goes to the Mayor at the silent movie theater?
I sure do.
Yes. Yeah, I do. We showed a lot of stuff there, but I remember it was nerve-wracking. It was wild.
I don't remember it playing very well.
No. I mean, it's so quiet. It's like, I do remember when we first did it when we did it in film festivals in Philadelphia, it got lots of laughs, but it was a slow burn. People had to understand like just the pacing and what they were looking at.
Yeah. I remember, Doug, can I bring up the most controversial thing?
Are you talking about the screening?
No.
The internal screening?
Yeah, the internal screening. Do you remember the internal screening? I think I talked about this before.
I have better stories than that.
All right. Well, you get to tell a story, but my story is when we had a rough cut of an early episode, and Doug put in a funny image.
Oh God!
What was his name? Peppers?
Brian Peppers.
Brian Peppers. That was like a meme at the time. It was like an early internet meme. That was like not. It didn't have anything to do with the show. It was just like a laugh. It was like Doug's like, I want to get a laugh, no matter what the cost. Like this won't be.
I know. I couldn't.
We won't be able to use it.
Well, no, it was a animatic, right? So it was like a rough cut. So I just threw in. It was the spray a foam spray a carpet or rug.
Oh, was it that
where
one?
it like the basically he just like it's like Armageddon, right?
Yeah.
So I just threw in some random images to.
It was like a placeholder for a joke.
And it crushed. It crushed over any joke that we put in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole office was laughing for 5. We had to almost pause the screening.
Yeah, but like
people
like,
calm down.
Well, you
Like,
guys got all mad at me, and I'm like, it's just one little.
it's the only
picture.
time I've ever physically abused you. I think. No, I'm just kidding. Doug, what's your story for Eric? Or unless Eric, you have one.
I have so many, but go ahead, Doug.
I mean, I don't know if these are great stories, but I don't know if people know. A lot of people do know this, but I got a job on. You were my first Hollywood gig. because I answered a Craigslist ad that said comedy show needs an editor, and then your assistant hired me just because I was from like Chicago, not because of my
also because
qualifications.
Didn't you make a cool DVD? But you didn't. Go ahead, Eric. You know.
Oh, and then I made a DVD, but my friend built the whole like packaging of it and the menu, and he put like a song I made on the menu and stuff. And Eric like hired me because of this menu that I didn't even make. But I'm like, look at the content of the
works.
The
real
love the content.
Yeah,
that is the Hollywood system. That's how Tim and I came out. We're just like, yeah, we're directors. You know, like you just have to say what you are. Yet sometimes you have to fudge the truth. I mean, we hired people like one of our main producers, John Mugar. We needed a website guy, and he came in from Boston. And I was like, "Can you do websites?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's never done a website, ever. But that's what you do to get in the door. And then we find out like Doug had all these freaking amazing talents, and John same way. Like that's the hustle. So I love that we built this crew of people that were like, no one's really made a cartoon.
Well, yeah, exactly. What I remember, one of my first memories of that experience was we came out to LA. Bob was with us. Bob had kind of helped us get this deal, Bob Odenkirk. And we got out there, and now it was like, all right, we wrote this script for an episode. Now we have to put a team together to help us make it, because we weren't going to be able to make it on our own. So Adult Swim, some people at the network were like, all right, we're going to set you up with some meetings with some animators, some editors, some people that have done cartoons before. Now, Eric and I probably, like the last cartoon we would have watched was like The Simpsons when we were in college.
Yeah.
Like we just weren't cartoon guys. We didn't like that world. We didn't really know it. And so this guy, I won't say who it is because I honestly can't remember his name. He was a nice guy. I think he's passed away.
I know who you're talking about.
But he's a really nice guy, but very much like kind of that classic, like speaking of cartoons, kind of like that comic book nerd guy from The Simpsons. Like very much that kind of like Comic-Con. And we had gone to this Adult Swim thing. I can't remember what it was, but they had sent us. This is when you were basically working out of your rental house that you had when we first moved. And we had this box of like swag, like Cartoon Network stuff that they gave to us. And this guy came over for the meeting, and he went over like he had just gone to the Sizzler buffet. It was like, oh my God, look at this. Oh shit, how did you, whoa, can I have something? He was like, can I have this? Like rating which we were just like, yes, take all of it.
We're like, it's about to go in the trash. So
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was like, we can't work. And this was the guy, they're like, this guy knows how to do it. This guy's been there. It's done the shows. And we're like, we can't. It'll be over in 6 months. We'll kill him.
Yeah.
Nice guy, but we'll kill him.
I do have another memory.
Wait, and then just to finish that next day or something, John Kreisel comes in, who's like this indie rock artsy little shell of a person, very cool. Well, he was very like inward.
Shell of a person.
Well, no, he was very like inward. He was very like quiet, but he had made like cool, like kind of Doug.
He's an NYU cool.
Yeah,
like,
indie, like
artsy
filmmaker dude, and he was funny and he was hardworking, but he was like not a cartoon guy.
I would just say when I first met you guys.
Can we say Eric's on the line?
I'm gonna tell Eric. I'm gonna compliment Eric and say Eric was really friendly immediately. We got along. We were jiving. Tim wouldn't even look me in the eye.
Oh.
I had to win him over.
It takes a while to win Tim over. I'm easy. I'm like, you help me out. I love you. Tim's like, no, I'm gonna wait till I get the real you. I still don't know if I'm like you're not.
I'm still trying to win Tim over. That's why I'm here.
Oh, I have a question for you, Eric. I should have asked you this privately, but somebody sent me a video of the game, whatever it was, 6 of the World Series. You were there when the Dodgers won the World Series, or you were at some bar?
I was at this amazing place, La Sorted, a pizza hoagie place.
Okay.
Hoagie, in Chinatown, like very close to the stadium. So it was like unbelievable energy.
But somebody sent me this video. It was like a 4-second video of when they won. Everyone's cheering.
Yeah.
This video pans, and there's just like a fraction of a second of you and some guy, and it looks like either he had spilled something on you, or it felt like there's like this micro of like an apology going on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God!
Did something happen there?
I have to find out. It was Gabe Ula, who's like my co-author of my new steakhouse book, but I don't remember that
Okay.
moment.
Maybe I
That's
misread
so
it.
much.
It looked like a vibe of being like, I'm sorry. But it was while everybody was cheering.
Yeah. Oh my God, please. I need to see that.
I'll
Whoever
see if I
has-
have it.
You got to review. Do a free.
We have Madi Diaz here. You'd love Madi Diaz. She's very great.
I
storyteller.
only have a couple more minutes. I got to get back to
Yeah,
Schneider.
but-
Honestly,
Well,
I would love to just be here the whole time. But you know, I was
Final
just thinking
thoughts.
about screenings. You know, when we showed Bob's stuff, you know, Bob helped us with getting the show on the air and helped us with everything.
Of course.
But it was nerve-wracking showing our freaking hero the show, and the way that he would respond to it, we would know what parts of the show to continue working on. He would just scream and cry and laugh, and it was
Yeah.
like such wonderful feedback for like. It was like the opposite of when Doug put the joke. You know, it's like someone was laughing at our hard work.
Well, people keep bugging me about watch-alongs because we had that little post-pandemic surge of watch-alongs, which were very successful, and
so fun.
We never did one for Tom, and I haven't really watched that show in a long time.
Me neither.
So
that would be fun.
Maybe there's a world where that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we should do. I kind of miss doing live stuff. You're always on the road.
I know.
Doing fun stuff. I'm just in the sweet Schneider. But yeah, we'll do it on the show. I mean, whatever. I
don't know. I mean,
love
that's
it.
talking about. I think there's going to be things about that show that make us like curl up because it feels maybe a little dated. I don't know.
It's so early. I mean, so
we're still working our shit out. But
yeah.
All right, friend. I love you and congratulations
thank you
on.
guys. Love you.
And actually, I should say, yes, 20 years of Tom Goes to the Mayor, but truly more like 30 years of Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
30 years
That's amazing.
because that's 1994 college freshman getting into silly stuff right there.
That's crazy. It's 30. That is wild. I love it.
All
Well,
right.
I love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Tim, I got another thought. You remember
thought
at the premiere at the silent movie theater? It's kind of a premiere. I made the behind the scenes video, which is it was like sort of a making of Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Yeah.
And that screened at that premiere, and then they aired that episode.
They did.
I was very proud.
That's like a very proto.
That's a really cool thing.
That's
If
like
you can find it, it's called A Look Behind.
That's probably on YouTube.
It might be on YouTube.
You dude. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to go to our musical guest in a few minutes, right, Matt?
Yes, I believe she's on her way. I just sent a message to send her in.
I wonder if she went down to the cafe.
She's having a hoagie.
Okay. We're going to hear a song from Madi Diaz, and then we're going to talk. We're going to take a break.
We could talk to a hotliner while she gets.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's take one. We haven't taken any hotline calls, and that's a shame, isn't it?
No
I think we do have a fair amount of Tom fans who want to reminisce. This sounds like that's what this one was. 971, you are live on the hotline.
Okay.
Okay.
How can I help you, friend?
Hello. I'm a big, huge Tom Goes to the Mayor fan. My name's Drop Dead, and I was wondering if Doug had anything to do with the chuckle, the like chest moving chuckle whenever you guys would laugh on the show, and if you could talk about the limitations the animation had with, creativity. It was just an awesome show, and I just want to hear it. I'll take my answers and comments off air.
I don't remember that. I kind of do. We would take Photoshop. I just remember taking. There were so many photos of Tim. There was a library of poses and stuff. So they would give us a radio play, and we had to put in, all the poses that say if Tim is saying a line, a lot of this, he did this kind of thing, and or this move, and so we would choose those, and then we would I think as the show progressed, add a little more animation.
And that would be in what?
That might have been a Kreisel or a Chris McD thing.
After Effects.
Yeah, that was and that's how I learned After Effects, was just on that show by helping out the other people on the show.
In other words, the show got made through the computer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how.
But it was very handmade. Like even though it's computers,
handmade.
you like each frame, you like move it up, and then you move the next one down. You move the next one up, move the next one down. Like it was very time intensive. And I'll speak more about it after the break, but it was probably the hardest show we ever made, which seems crazy, but it's true. It was like not necessarily for me, but for the crew. It was like long hours.
It was long hours. Yeah. I was there late.
But there was nothing. We had nothing else to do.
Yeah, I had no friends.
All right, we're gonna play Doug's game. What can you tell us what the game is? Just
I think it's
tease.
called Movie Bands. It's pretty simple. I think our friend Han might have given me this idea, but it's kind of like my other games where I'll take a movie and a band, and y'all kind of combine them, and you just try to figure out what put it together. It's a I'll Photoshop collage of images.
Great.
Guessing.
Love it.
Love that. So we're going to hear from Madi and then take a 5-minute break. And if you want to join us, I have to plug one thing.
Did you want to show this origin story as well for Madi?
Well, after the break. Okay. But I do want to plug 2 things. Patience, please. Thank you. I appreciate
we have plenty of time. We're ahead of schedule.
Okay. Patience, please, everyone. Because I think I should do this during the free half. But again, Jay and Jill, Millennial Style Hipster Love Comedy, Friday the 22nd.
ElesianTheater.com.
Thank you. ElesianTheater.com. That's selling very quickly. And then some charity things here, if you could look out for this. First of all, speaking of Tim and Eric stuff, there's a GoFundMe for Mark Salud, S-A-L-U-D, that we will link to. Mark is I wasn't really familiar with this, to be honest with you, but this sounds like he was either a Kreisel or Fensler pitch from back in the day. But Minivan Highway, everyone knows, apparently was inspired by this early, 8-bit computer music composer, Mark Salud, right? And you can see the influence right there. It's very cool. Apparently, he's having some hard times right now. And there's my friend Jason Woodbury over at Aquarium Drunkard put me onto this, that he could use our help. So we have I haven't set this up, but he's set up a GoFundMe. So if you want to throw him some bones, I of course already did.
Could I plug something less important?
I'll finish my plugs and then I'll hand it over to you, Doug.
I put those two. Okay.
Vic.
I'll plug something too.
We have our friend. Who is our friend that sent the email? Grace.
Oh yes, hold on.
We have some ways to support our friends in Palestine. There's families we have an organization that's getting direct relief, direct funding to.
It's Elizabeth Shu Tang on Instagram, and you can find all the info. Elizabeth Shu Tang, XU.
That money's going directly to families to help them try to make it, I guess. Direct aid is always the best way. These are vetted people who are getting the money to the right place without a whole big bureaucracy. Our friend JP
Now I'm
Inc.
getting excited.
Is that what you're going to say, Vic?
No.
But JP Inc., JP Hassan, our friend, has a new record out. You can go to Hasco Enjoyments at bandcamp.com. Vic, you have the final word here, and then we'll.
Doug's got one too, but I was just gonna say there's some real exciting stuff happening at Patreon.
That's true.
You can. There's a whole new channel for Vic's new guys. You can check them out. You can do whatever you want to do there. What else is? There's all kinds of cool stuff.
We've
on there.
created.
They
have these these like basically it's like a thread,
so
like a
community
chat.
tab.
Community tab, and we've made tabs for threads, I should say, for DOPs. So you can throw your DOPs in there. Tons of great DOPs. We've got a thread for drops, so you can submit your drops for the boys to evaluate and perhaps use. And we have Vic's new guy. We have my links or my recommendations, and the community itself has their own unofficial recommendations.
I have a new Patreon-only segment coming out, next week, called Doug Lab.
Yes.
And I basically filmed myself making the jingle for this week's song.
And Vic, you have something coming up on Monday?
I got Vic's picks coming. It's gonna be my music writing.
Pick my nose where you get rid of the zit that I have on the inside.
I'll get rid of my nose zit too.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, see you after the break. See you after the great one. Grammy nominated. Madi Diaz.
At the bar, it doesn't matter. Where we are, it's a pattern. You get to fall apart, you're selfish. You don't think you are. Little things are the biggest part of the matter. That night you left me with your friends, I left you a little bit, then it happens again and again. Have you noticed? I've been leaving you for months now. I just haven't found a way out. I don't love you like I used to. I just don't know how to tell you. When you're happy, I'm the saddest. You're gonna hate me when it happens. Keeping a secret and I'm not proud. I've been leaving you for months now. It's not a big surprise you've seen it in my eyes every time you make me cry. You call it tough love, and you're not happy for me, not the way you ought to be. And I'm tired of laying down all of the good stuff. I've been leaving you for months now. I just haven't found a way out. I don't love you like I used to. I just don't know how to tell you. When you're happy, I'm the saddest. You're gonna hate me when it happens. Keeping a secret and I'm not proud. I've been leaving you for months now. I've been leaving you for months now. I just haven't found a way out. I don't love you like I used to. I just don't know how to tell you. When you're happy, I'm the saddest. You're gonna hate me when it happens. Keeping a secret and I'm not proud. I've been leaving you for months now. I've been leaving you for months now.
Woo!
Okay.
There he goes.
Down in Atlanta, Georgia, lives a legendary dude. In New York, they say he's crazy. In Newport, they call him rude. And to those Bel Air mansions where Cadillacs are toy, he never gets invited 'cause he's just a good old boy. Though society may shun him, 'cause he won't toe their line. To the people across the country, Teddy Turner's doing fine. 'Cause he was cable when cable wasn't cool. When he went cable, they called that boy a fool. The experts said its time ain't come. Now CNN is #1.
Heck, all I did was jump the gun.
Cable wasn't cool. And those network ivory towers, they still look down their nose. How can anybody start a network down where the cotton grows? You gotta be near Broadway or at Sunset and Vine. You gotta be sophisticated to program that prime time. Now Ted says their perspective bogged down in the past. And NBC, CBS, and ABC won't last. 'Cause he was cable when cable wasn't cool. The Captain Outrageous has broken every rule. He sends out programs day and night, bouncing off the satellite.
I must be doing something right.
Cable now is cool. There's cable news networks, the CNN 1 and 2, the Superstation TBS is known by quite a few. Radio and billboards and movies in the works. It really is amazing how he second guess those jerks who said he'd never make it outside the mainstream. But they didn't count on Turner and that Turner style dream. He was cable when cable wasn't cool. When he went cable, they called that boy a fool. He mortgaged his home and sold his yacht, and he sure had to fight a lot. But he won out, and now we got cable that is cool. Yeah, he was cable.
Talk me into doing this record anyway.
Cool. When he went cable,
Josh, did you have anything to do with
they
it?
call that boy a fool. He sends out programs day and night, bouncing off the satellite. Heck, he must be doing something right. Cable now is cool. He was cable when cable wasn't cool. When he went cable, they called that boy a fool. The experts say
When we get those